Hello, my name is Hiro Yamamoto from Edge Analytical Laboratories, and today I'm here to help demonstrate how to take a 50-35 soil sample for VOC analysis. Okay, that's a whole mouthful. Here we go. Inside our sampling kit, we have a few items. The first thing is gloves. You're probably going to want to wear gloves when you're taking these samples. The next thing is a 4-ounce soil jar. This is for getting the total solid sample when you're done taking the samples. And then we have 3 vials in a little package. I'll put these out for you. And a little sampling syringe. Now these 3 vials are what we're going to be using for our samples. What we have here in one of the vials, it says methanol blank. This is our field blank. This is kind of a unique thing. This goes along for the ride. What we do with this is we open it up during sampling, put it in a safe place where it won't get knocked over, and that will just be open and there we'll close it up when we're done with taking our samples. We have 2 vials here. Each one of these is a sample vial. We're going to take 1 sample and a duplicate, and this is our sampling syringe. So our goal here is to try to get about a 5-gram sample, and that equates to about 5 milliliters on this syringe. So we pull back the syringe so the black is approximately to the 5. We have some soil here. Hopefully the soil works out. It's kind of wet sand. So we take off the cap. We try to keep these caps together because these vials are tared. They are already pre-weighed, so they are weighed with the cap. So they go together. It's good to just leave these alone, do one at a time. So first thing we do, we take our syringe, we push it into the dirt nice and firmly. Hopefully we come out with a little plug of soil. We take that soil sample, push it into our vial. If we have a lot of mess around the top, we try to move that off, make sure there's nothing around the edge, and cap that off. This is supposed to be done within 10 seconds of getting that sample in there. So here's your sample, and as you can see, this jar is essentially empty. It's only got a little soil plug. I'm going to take the next sample. Here we go. Pull back this syringe. Push this in. There's our second sample. Got a good plug. Put it in there. Here we go. It's all clean on top. We cover it up. There we go. Now that we're done with that, we take our field blank, cover this all up, and now we want to place these back into our cooler. It really helps if we put it back in this bag. They're nice and tight in here. They don't move around too much. That's much less likely for there to be any breakage here. Then we're going to place these into our cooler. The next thing we have to do is get our total solid sample. So we take this jar. We want to fill this jar completely to the top. I brought along a little scoop, and this is also helpful if you are unable to, if you're working with really hard dirt or clay and this will not get your sample. It's good to use a stainless steel, something that won't contaminate your sample, that you can actually scrape away and get your sample with. So I'm going to fill up this jar with the rest of this dirt. Hopefully it all fits, and we want to fill this all the way to the top, kind of press it down a little bit, not make too much of a mess here in this nice studio. Cover it up, try to keep the edge of it clean, and on goes the cap, and then there, hopefully we'd have a rag in the field, we'd be able to wipe that off, and then we would place this inside of here, keep it from breaking in its bubble wrap, set it down into our cooler. We want to pack these with ice. So here we come. I've got a couple of bags of ice here. We've placed these bags of ice in here on top, keep it nice and cold. One of the keys with these samples is that we want to get these into the lab within 48 hours of sampling, because the laboratory has to further preserve these samples. So after you take the sample, keep it on ice or put it in the refrigerator, but try to get it delivered to the lab as quickly as possible within 48 hours. And that kind of covers up a 50-35 sample.